What's good, y'all? Dr. Trehunna. Now it's Wisdom Wednesday, so you already know the vibes. I'm gonna go ahead and teach you something new. All right. Now, after I dropped my protein shake video, or why you should not drink protein shakes if you're trying to lose weight, I actually had a lot of vegetarian clients come up and hit me up via DMs and like, okay, well, Trey, what am I supposed to drink and in order for me to receive a lot more protein, right? So today, I thought it was gonna be a good topic to make a video about animal-based protein versus vegan-based protein, or whey protein versus soy or pea protein isolate. All right, and that's going to be the topic of the day. So first things first, what's the main difference between animal-based protein versus soy-based protein or plant-based protein? The only difference is there's going to be less concentration of amino acids, essential amino acids, and BCAAs in vegan protein. Okay, what does that mean for you? If you're somebody that's following a vegetarian lifestyle or a vegan lifestyle, that means that these amino acids is going to be less bioavailable to you. Why? Because majority of the amino acids that's going to be in vegan protein usually is going to be inside the fibrous material that your body is not able to break down. Okay, believe it or not, majority of fibers, such as insoluble fiber that you see on a label, these things does not feed us. It feeds our gut microbiome. Why? We don't have the natural enzymes for us to break it down. It's that simple. All right, so just to give you an idea or an example, let's say we have some animal-based protein, right? Let's say you was drinking some whey protein isolate. Your body's able to receive about 90% of that whey protein isolate, which means what? It's going to be a little bit easier for you who is actually following the animal-based diet to build a little bit more muscle. Okay, why? Because you're receiving a little bit more protein. Simple. Now, if you're somebody that's having you're doing or following a vegetarian or vegan lifestyle, can you still receive the exact same amount of protein in order for you to build muscle? Yes. But do you have to be a little bit more calculated than somebody that's eating an animal-based diet? Exactly. Okay? That means you got to put more thought in what I'm going to eat. You're going to have a little bit more combinations that you have to play around with, because when it's all said and done, the concentration of the protein and essential amino acids that's in vegan-based protein is a little bit lower. Nothing crazy. Okay. Also, a lot of vegan protein, such as if you're somebody that's following the vegetarian or vegan lifestyle, your main source of protein usually is going to come from what? Beans, come from legumes. But a lot of vegans also don't know that beans and legumes got some things in it called phytates or phytic acid, which means what? These two things are basically going to kind of hinder your body from absorbing some minerals such as magnesium, calcium, iron, and zinc, which can literally interfere with your digestibility of the protein that you're consuming. So I'm gonna repeat, a lot of these beans and legumes have phytates in it that's gonna literally hinder the process of your body to even absorb the protein that you're giving it. Why? Because it's going to chelate the minerals. And something like calcium, right, is basically a cofactor for trypsin. Trypsin in your body is basically a digestive enzyme that helps your body break down protein. So if you're actually stopping your body from using a cofactor to break down this certain thing, which in this case is protein, guess what that means for you? You're not receiving as much protein as the label says you're supposed to receive. Okay, so these are the little things that somebody on an animal-based diet really don't have to pay attention to, right? But somebody who's on a vegan-based diet, you might have to pay attention to. So once again, are you able to build the exact same amount of muscle when you're following the vegan diet, or you're incorporating a lot of vegan protein shakes? Sure, but because you're following the vegan and vegetarian lifestyle, you need to be way more calculated than somebody who's not. So just to give you an idea, 25 grams of protein. Let's use an analogy. Let's say steak. 3 ounces of steak is about 25 grams of protein, right? In order for you to get the exact same amount of protein following a vegetarian lifestyle, you're talking about maybe 2 cups of beans, right? You're talking about 6 tablespoons of peanut butter. You're talking about 3 cups of quinoa, right? All these things are main basically things that a lot of vegans or vegetarians have in their diet, right? But I need to consume way more of this versus me just getting 3 ounces of a steak right here. Okay? So also, because you're following the vegetarian lifestyle, naturally these things come or is derived from what? Plant-based sources, which means it's going to come with a little bit more calories, right? And a little bit more carbs. So if you're someone that's trying to follow a low carb lifestyle along with it, you have to be a little bit more mindful than somebody who is not. Okay? So is there anything wrong with vegan-based proteins? No, not at all. Okay? If you're following the vegetarian lifestyle, you also need to make sure that you're consuming a lot of protein. So it'll be more conducive for you to make sure that you are adding some sort of like a soy protein or a pea protein isolate daily, because it's going to be harder for you to consume a lot more protein, right? Make sure you still got your beans and legumes, stuff like that. Once again, even though it got phytates in it, that means you're just going to have a little bit more protein, or you got to be more mindful of how much protein you consume, okay, on a daily basis. Then somebody who's majority of the time, if you're following an animal-based diet, you're already receiving about 100 grams or 120 grams of protein naturally, especially if you're protein aware, okay? So if you're vegan, I want you to drink protein shakes, because you're already going to have some issues trying to receive a good amount or a copious amount of protein. All right. Now, if you're also vegan or vegetarian, you already know that you got to do it the right way. So all because you're vegetarian doesn't mean that, oh, okay, well, I cut out meat, so I'm magically healthy, and that means I can eat fries and Oreos every single day, right? Even though that's technically vegan, that is not healthy. So if you're going to do it right. Okay. Also, if you're vegan, you already know that you need a supplement. What do you need to supplement? Majority, you got to supplement vitamin B12, right? Make sure you definitely get your complete proteins in. And just so you have an idea, all plant-based proteins have essential or all non-essential amino acids in it. It's just about the concentration. Which means what? Once again, that's like you're just going to have to eat a little bit more of this to receive the exact same stimulus that you're getting from animal-based proteins, okay? So is it possible? Most definitely it's possible for you to build muscle on vegan or vegetarian-based diet. You just got to plan a little bit more than the average individual, which is not an issue, okay? So that's your prerogative. Go crazy, all right? And if you're trying to lose fat while doing a vegetarian diet, then still have some of the beans, legumes, and little stuff like that. Definitely have your whey protein. But if you're somebody following an animal-based diet, and you're including a lot of protein shakes, what I want you to do, especially if your goal is for you to see the scale drop, learn how to eat your protein. Don't drink your protein. Just like I said in that video. Cool. Okay? So hopefully y'all learned something today for Wednesday. National Reset Tip of the day is going to help you stay snatched all the time. Know that sometimes vegetarians, please do not be afraid to actually drink soy protein, pea protein. Hemp seed protein is pretty good. If you could come across potato protein isolate, it's very hard to find, but that's actually the best type when it comes to concentration. And you just got to do a lot more combinations, such as spinach. You already know is protein based, right? So have some beans and some spinach, right? Have some lentils, right? Have some legumes, right? Have some edamame. These are protein based vegetables that you can still incorporate and still get your money's worth, okay? But also hemp seeds. If you're not somebody who don't drink a lot of protein shakes because you don't like the taste for it, make sure you include hemp seeds in your diet. That's gonna be the best thing you can do for your body composition goals and for your protein goals. Because once again, even though you're vegetarian, you still need to be protein aware, because protein is your life force. Cool? Talk to you soon.